Hi, this is Derek with the S.A.F E Foundation again. Today I'm going to I brought out the Glock 17. I was going to talk about a semi-automatic handgun right now. And so this is a Gen 5 model. I'll show you there's nothing in there. We're clear. So typically when I'm demoing this gun for different families, I always show a parent that it's visually inspect the chamber, make sure it's clear. So I can stick a finger inside the chamber. I can tell it's clear. I can also stick a finger inside the mag well. I can tell this gun is empty. This gun cannot fire in this position. So it's about the safest I can make this gun. And so that being said, another component to my semi-automatic is the magazine. This is a mag or a magazine, not a clip. Okay. When I'm working with young kids, I hear ammo sacks, magical ammo thing. It's all different types of names, but the proper terminology is a magazine. And so I use, these are called dummy rounds. I use these for illustration purposes only. And so the way this works is obviously I have a loaded magazine. So to load my semi-automatic handgun is I stick my magazine in there like that. I have what's called a slide lock there, or I can pull back on the slide and release it and the gun will load. So now I have a loaded gun. And so it's important with the loaded gun, finger off the trigger, keep my muzzle point in a safe direction, right? Treat it like it's loaded, okay? Really, really important, okay? So to unload this gun, what I do is I hit my magazine release right here. Mag comes out. And then what I do is I rack my slide. And I kick out the shell, right? So now the gun is clear again, okay? So I can do this again. And so I typically do it 3 times because I set it up for a failure. And so what I do is, so I load it again. So to unload, magazine comes out, round out of the chamber, just like that. So typically when I'm doing it in front of families, I show them, the incorrect process, because if I do it in reverse, the gun's still going to be loaded. So here we go. So load the gun, rack out, drop a shell, and then I take my magazine out. So what happens then? I quiz the families, like, so what did I do differently? And so some families will catch it saying that I didn't drop my magazine first. And so at that point, what I would do is I ask them, is this gun still loaded or unloaded? And so the whole point of that is just kind of get their mind thinking about the process. And so, most of the time they're going to say that the gun is loaded, which is the right answer. So I always kick the shell out, it comes out. And so at that point, either I get a shock face from some of the families, or everybody kind of nods in agreement that gun was still loaded. And so it's really, really important to know that it's always that unloaded gun that will hurt or kill someone. It's always the person that didn't check the gun for clear in the beginning, and they think the gun's unloaded, and then they put their finger on the trigger, the gun goes off. That's how a lot of people are hurt or killed. And so it's really, really important is we're building a foundation of safety by doing the process properly and showing young kids, and obviously we're not advocating that kids handle this type of firearm, but we want them to know how that process works. And the whole point of knowing how the process works is so, they're not inquisitive. We're taking kind of the novelty away from the firearm, and we're instilling some respect, and we're not instilling fear. Ultimately this is a tool and it's not a toy. And so I think it's important that we give our kids and families, good, relevant information when it comes to these types of firearms. So I'm gonna start, putting out more content when it comes to, what we do, and give good videos that you can share with friends or family, or your children. And ultimately it's about, answering any kind of questions that might come up in these videos, and kind of going from there and making sure that the kids know, what not to do. So obviously if they ever come across something like this laying around, 4 rules, right? So number 1, we're going to stop. The reason we stop is it gives me enough time to remember the other 3. There's 4 altogether. So number 2, I'm going to don't touch that gun. If I don't touch, this gun is less likely to go off hurting me or someone else. The next rule is I'm going to run away, get out of that situation. The reason I run is because what if I'm at a friend's house and my friend wants to show me his father's gun? So if I run, get out of the situation, I'll be safer. Number 4 is make sure I tell a grown-up, okay? Let them know what's going on, what you found, and kind of go from there. So you can find out more information on our website, kidsafefoundation.org. You also can find us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and you can find us on Patreon as well. So thank you. Have a good day.